Hi, welcome to the All for the Culture podcast. You know, we got a special edition kind of episode today with, our most special guest yet. She's our most special guest, like I said before, because she's someone's mother, but she's not also someone's mother. She is the mother of one of the greatest rappers to come out of Chicago ever, and, the best to come out in the last, 10 years. So we have Momma Capone on the show today. How you doing?
I'm all right.
You all right? You all right?
Yeah.
So, we talked about a lot of stuff on the other, outside, and I wanted to ask you, we just heard about Breezy. How did that feel? How did that make you feel when you heard about that with Breezy?
I don't know. I just didn't. It made me sad.
It made you sad?
Yeah, I don't think that he should be in jail with no bond for a probation violation.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's cool. Hold on. That's my brother.
Okay. So, I heard you say that he told you that that LA was the reason he started rapping.
Yeah, he told me that.
Yeah. Well, what does he mean? I mean, why does he say that? What does he mean? Like LA pushed him to do
No,
it?
he wasn't. I don't even think he was a rapper, period, until after Leonard passed away. I don't think he was rapping at all. He said he was his inspiration. He made him want to rap.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, when did you start listening to LA's like music, actual music, and start seeing the stuff that was coming out? So when he was making all these videos like Murder and Round Here and Play for Keeps and
never listened to none of it until maybe I think the first video I ever looked at So Loud, but I looked at it because it was made in my house, so I wanted to see what was the finished product of it. I looked at So Loud.
You were telling a story about how some guy just walked in your house and you were like, "Who is this?"
And he was like, "Mom, I'm finna make a video." I was sitting on the couch and I just was like, "Oh, okay." And he went on in the back and they did whatever they was gonna do. I never got up. I was pregnant, like 7 months pregnant, so I never got up off the couch. I just let them do whatever and then they left. But I looked at 600. I fell in love with 600. I don't know. I just
yes, I was gonna ask you, why'd you like that so much?
Know.
Like, what was it about that one?
600. I don't know. When I first heard it, I was just like, okay, this is a little catchy,
Okay.
And one day I was a little tipsy, and my sister was having a party, and I was driving home, and I got on my kids' nerves so bad because I kept singing it all the way home, and they was like, "Mom, would you shut up?" Like, stop. We was actually on our way to pick Leonard up because he didn't go to the party with us. And I kept singing like 00, 00, 00. They was like, "You was drunk, Mom. Just shut up. Be quiet." Just be quiet. But I really liked 600, the part
crazy.
1. I thought it was, when I heard it, I was like, yeah, he got talent. Like
I like it too.
I'm like, he gonna do it. He finna do it.
I mean, so was it the whole song or was it just LA's part that made you
actually I liked the hook too. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was.
It was stuck in my head too. Actually, when we picked up E-Day from the airport, the dude that was driving the car I picked up, he told E-Day, he said, "Man, it's been stuck in my head since last night." Because I had showed him the song the night before, he said it's been stuck in my head the whole night. I was like, "That's crazy." Yeah, because I heard you say that before. That was when you knew, like, okay, he got something.
Yes, I was like,
so it was probably just the way he changed his flows, just his rapping, just the whole thing, just his whole swag, his everything.
Yeah, I really liked 600.
That's cool. So what about when he made like the videos like Some More?
I liked Some More.
And Play and Round Here and Play for Keeps.
Yeah, I like all of them, but I really liked So Loud.
Okay.
I think that was like one of my favorites. I like Play for Keeps, but like Some More like that made people almost fall through the floor at my mama's house on the first LA day.
Yeah.
They almost caved the floor in.
It made you feel good.
But it also made me feel sad because he never seen the video. he never saw the finished
Wait,
product.
wait, the video came out after he passed. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he never got to see some more or bring them out. He never saw those videos.
Wow, I didn't know that. Oh, so like when you're hearing about like what he's talking about, or when you're seeing all these videos before he passed, like you had watched them before, like what's going through your mind? Like what are you thinking? Like are you thinking like?
I never seen none of the videos. I only seen the 600 and So Loud. I had never looked at none of the other ones. I didn't start really watching them until after he passed away.
And you were more like, this is just his art. What he's saying is not, because like what I'm trying to understand is, as a mother, when you heard him say certain things that, like, you know, murder means unheard. Talk shit, you get murdered.
Yeah, I wasn't really too crazy about the lyrics. I wasn't.
Did it ever make you feel like that invited something to him? That
me being his mother, I didn't really care for the lyrics that much, but the mother side of me. But the street side of me was like, okay, well, okay, but I'm so slow. When I first heard So Loud, I kept trying to figure out, like, what is he talking about? I didn't even know he was talking about weed. That's how slow I was. Yeah. I didn't know that So Loud was loud weed. I didn't know that.
That's crazy. So yeah, cause like I you hear songs like Murder, and you hear him say, murder me, it's unheard of, and then you think about Chinks, that rapper who died in New York, and a lot of these rappers, they talk about murder,
death,
Notorious B.I.G., life after death.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel sometimes that what these rappers talk about, or what maybe LA was talking about, invited this problem to him?
I don't know about that. Like, see, that goes back to me saying, like, I didn't know L'A Capone. I knew Leonard, so I don't know what he had going on in the streets, and sometimes that makes me sad because our relationship had kind of changed a little bit. So he wasn't the boy in the house no more playing the game and us talking as much. So I didn't know a lot of things that he had going on in his life. I don't know, and that make me sad sometimes to not know.
Okay. So how did you feel when like I know we didn't want to talk about too much of the beef, we don't want to talk about too much of the drama, but how did you feel when you heard King say those things about LA?
I didn't even
and all the rappers stick up for LA. Like, you saw all these rappers just stick up for LA.
I never even seen whatever the comment or whatever he said, but I just started seeing people coming in my Instagram, on my DM, like, how you feel about somebody dissing LA? Like, that don't bother me. Like, I just
it really doesn't bother you.
It don't bother me. Like, it don't hurt me. It ain't nothing but words. He not doing nothing but trying to get attention. Anybody that say anything that's LA, it's gonna get attention.
Yeah.
So even if it's good or if it's bad, they just want the attention.
That's why you get
the attention.
That's why you get offers for interviews, because they know.
It's just right. That's just what it is. So
I mean, but that has to give you somewhat of a good feeling too, that your son had such an impact so quickly.
Yes, that they loved him. But on another note, it's just like, y'all want to get into it with somebody over something that they said. People rap about stuff and say diss people all the time. Like, it's not that serious. That's what's wrong with the rap community now. Like,
I just don't understand why you have to say it. Like, why you have to use someone who passed away and someone who you obviously know their family, their friends are going through pain.
And you want to do that.
Why do you have to say their name at all? Why? Like, what does it do? What is it? I just never understood it. So we were talking about this off camera. You said you never had an Instagram until After. So you didn't see the pictures with the lean and the guns and the weed and all that? You never saw any of that?
None of it. I told you, I didn't even know Leonard had a tattoo on his stomach.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know it when he passed away because he was wrapped up, so I didn't see it. I didn't see it until after I seen a video.
Yeah.
And he had passed away already, and his shirt was off in the video, and I was like, fuck, you get that big ass, where you get that tattoo from?
Would you have been upset if you knew before?
I mean, it's his body, I just would have been like, why did you do that? But
I got mine. My mom didn't talk to me for like 2 days. I swear to God.
I mean, the first tattoo he ever got, he was 13. He went to a tattoo party with my sister. My sister 12 years younger than me. My sister took Leonard. She took my daughter Lanika, and she took my niece.
Yeah.
Leonard didn't ask me could he get a tattoo. He just got it. My niece got one. My daughter called and said, Mom, I'm at a tattoo party. Could I get a tattoo? I told her no. But Leonard didn't ask, and he had already got it. So it was nothing that I could do about it. Once it's on there, it's permanent. You can't erase it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have, liked it, but it wouldn't have been nothing that I could do about it. It's his body.
Yeah. But when we were in the car, you were talking about when you created your Instagram. Dirk had talked to you about that. Could you tell us about what he told you and what y'all talked about before you started your Instagram?
Yeah, he told me that it's gonna be. He asked me, was I ready to have it, and I told him yeah. And he said, well, you gotta have tough skin to have Instagram. He said you're gonna have a lot of people that's on there saying a lot of negative stuff. You're gonna have good, but you're gonna have a lot of bad. And if you're not tough, you ain't got no tough skin, then I suggest you not do it.
Yeah.
But I had got my first set of shirts, and I was ready to put them up, and Momma Capone was born.
Did they sell like hotcakes?
Yeah,
those shirts?
They sold out really, really fast. The first order, I had 100 of them.
Okay.
The LA Gang, the original LA Gang shirts. Yeah, they went.
We gonna get some soon.
They went crazy.
Yeah. So, you said in the car. I remember you said that you had kept hearing stories from Tay, and finally you said, Tay, I don't want to know anymore because I don't want to tarnish.
Yes.
I don't want to.
He was telling me some bad stuff, like things that Leonard used to do or whatever, and I had to stop him because I just didn't want to. I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about whatever bad he done. I can't look and think about him as being nothing but my baby boy, Because
we do act different with our parents than the way we do with our friends. We do.
Of course.
When you said that in the Zach TV interview, I forgot what he asked you, but you said, he asked you, did you know about his street life? And you said, obviously they're going to act different. And I thought that was so true because it really is. You really do act different than you do with your parents. You really don't,
Of course. You're not going to come home and do the
so it wasn't like at home he was at home smoking and cursing and all that kind of stuff.
No, he could not smoke weed in my house. I've never even seen Leonard high. If I did, I didn't know he was high. I never seen that side of him.
Yeah, and he wasn't like cursing in the house, disrespectful.
None of that.
Just a real nice, respectful kid.
Yes, that I took to school every morning, and JB grandma picked him up every afternoon, or me on the school bus. He used to be so embarrassed when I come pick him up on the school bus.
So, so I saw an interview with Zach TV with this guy named Stunt Taylor. Did you see this? Where he said L.A. Capone had pulled the gun out on him or something like that?
Oh, but I think I heard about it. Zach told me about that one time we was in the gym. The dude that he said him and Rondo pulled a gun or something.
And that's the kind of stories you talk about that you just don't want to hear.
Right, exactly. That's a prime example there. Yeah.
All right. So, let me ask you something. We talked about L.A. and we talked about when he came back from Chicago, he didn't really fit in. And
from Atlanta.
From Atlanta. He didn't really fit in that well. Back in Chicago, and he met 600 and all that and everything like that. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like your son's life was taken for someone else's beef, for someone else's problems, for someone else's issues?
I don't think that, but I kind of think he was like a victim of circumstance.
Yeah.
I mean, just at the trial itself, they said out their own mouth that they didn't have no personal beef with him. They didn't hate him. They didn't have anything against him, but he from the area where they into it with, so they call him lacking, as they say.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
Yeah. And do you ever think
I think that's sad. That's real sad, because now all them in jail. They mothers lost their sons, and I lost my son.
Yeah.
It's just it's sad.
That's what I said to Edie. I said, like, so many families affected by this stupid tragedy that didn't need to happen.
That didn't have to happen.
And coming out the studio, do you ever feel like the ops or the rival gang, whatever you want to call them, knew that LA was gonna be that big of a star, and taking him out was like a big W for them, or like a big
said
win for
that. That's not
That was like their W. That was like their championship, like stamp.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Sad but true.
That's crazy. That's really sad but true. So when you found out, when they announced who had been arrested for the murder of L'A Capone, did you recognize the names? Did you know any of the kids from around the area?
No, I didn't. I don't know the kids. I didn't know any of those boys. One of the guys, his mother kind of grew up around the same. I know his family members. I don't know him per se, but no, I didn't know them.
You know them.
So
okay. And when we talked the first time about you coming for the interview, it was the day of the Zach TV interview. The third guy was supposed to be sentenced. You said
still not sentenced yet.
He's still
not sentenced yet.
Mm-hmm. Court
coming up, and he's probably still won't be sentenced to probably next month sometime.
Then you finally, hopefully, get some full closure to it all.
Just be done with it. Like, I'm so tired of the back and forth and going to court, but I don't want to not go.
So you don't have to be there. They're not using you for anything or asking you anything.
No, I'm just there because I just need these people to see that that's my son and I love him, and I'm going to be there to the end.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes, yeah. So, we asked Edie this, and I still don't believe it, but you look now and you see 600 being so different, right? How do you see it? How do you see it now? Do you see do you see that LA was just the heart, and just like now it's just broken apart, and people are trying to
it's broken apart. Like, I didn't know these boys like that before Leonard passed away. I didn't know them. He didn't really want his family to interact with his friends.
Okay.
So I didn't know them, but just from me seeing them when he first passed away and how everybody was together and all of that, and now it's all just like fell apart, broke apart. They in jail, and they just not the other ones that's still out here. They just not together. It's messed up. And I think they probably could have been something bigger if they all just stayed together and try to just work it out and not have so much stuff going on the internet. Just kept it within a circle, whatever they had going on, and not make it big and put it out there for everybody to be the judge of whatever they got going on. I feel like they should have kept their business to themselves.
Yeah. How do you think, with the beef going on right now between all the boys, like, Breezy and them, how do you think Leonard is feeling? How do you think, like, looking down, how do you think Leonard is feeling right now?
People ask me that all the time, and I don't know. I don't know. People ask me, you think Leonard would have been all right with with this person doing this, or you think Leonard. I don't know what Leonard would have thought.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I can't. I really can't.
I mean, he must not be happy.
I don't know. I don't think that. I don't think. But I think if Leonard would have been here, a lot of this stuff wouldn't have transpired anyway from the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
So, you know.
Yeah. You know, in the videos, you look at the videos of Play for Keeps and Shooters and stuff like that, and you see Rondo and you see LA together really having fun and stuff. Were they really best friends like that?
No, really? I don't think that they were best friends. I think they probably was, I don't know, rap buddies, but they came from the same area. They hung with the same people, but I don't think that they was best friends.
Oh,
no.
Okay. Okay. So who were the main guys that LA hung out with? Who?
Well, the guys that I know that I seen was JB, Tay, and Justo, Just Blow, whatever he calling himself these days. But I don't know about the rest. You know, I used to drop him off at Buka's house too. A lot. I dropped them off there a lot. Those was the people that I knew, the names that I knew. I know that Tay and JB was kind of closer to him. So,
you know, I watched your Zach TV interview where you were talking about how, you know, you get a call. You talk to a lot of the kids that are locked up.
They call me.
You still in contact with C-Day and Gotti and you know, and you said you didn't speak to Rondo too much.
No, I didn't. I haven't spoke to Gotti. She tried to call me like on LA Day, but I haven't talked to her. I just used to be like a go-between for her and Rondo corresponding with each other, because I guess you can't send. If you're an inmate, you can't not send a letter to another inmate in the jail. So they send it to me. She sent it to me, then I send it to him. When he sent it to me, I send it to her. You know, I would do it like that. But I talk to them on the phone. I talk to D Rose often. I talk to C-Day. I talk to Rondo sometime. Not a lot, but I talk to them. I try to answer their calls if I'm not doing nothing or whatever. If they need a magazine or something here and there, you know, I try to send it to them. All of that.
I'm just a person. I mean, this is getting a little bit personal, but may I ask, just out of curiosity, may I ask what they would talk to you about, what they would say to you? I mean,
right.
What is
right. What is it for them to talk to me about? Well, you know, I make calls for them. You know, I call other people for them, three-way, all that kind of stuff. They call to see how I'm doing, make sure I'm all right, that type of stuff.
Okay. What was Gotti and LA's like? They were friends and stuff, and they were really close.
Yeah, they were really good friends.
They're really good friends.
Real good friends. Yes, she used to come over and if he was at JB house, she would come over on the bus and get food and snacks for him and take him over to JB house for him and all of that kind of stuff. They was real close. Good friends.
And you said she's in jail right now for attempted murder?
Yeah, I think she in jail for attempted murder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like everything done changed. All the kids is so much done happened.
Yeah. You know, we talked about this off camera, and we don't gotta go too much into detail because, you know, you said you didn't know, but you did feel a little something. I read a lot of comments throughout the blogs that you know, LA was set up. Gotti might have set him up. You know, how do you feel? Had you heard that before?
No, actually, I haven't. I never heard nobody just straight out say that Gotti had something to do with Leonard. I don't know. She just used to come over and she would cry so bad, and I used to feel so sorry for her because I couldn't like calm her down and make her feel better. But she would just lay in his bed and just cry and be like, "LA, that wasn't for you. This wasn't supposed to be for you." You know, but I don't know what she mean by that. I don't know that she mean that, you know, he wasn't supposed to die. You know, that was her good friend. They was like inseparable.
He was
like,
destined for something.
Like seriously, they was like at one point inseparable. When Leonard got shot the first time, Gotti was at the hospital with him all while he was there. He couldn't even, she even went to the bathroom with him to help him pee. Like, that's how close they was. Like, like close.
I've been sick, obviously. You know my story. I've never had someone help me do that. I'm not close with anybody. That close with anybody.
But I'm serious. Like it's that's how close it was. Crazy. That's how real they relationship was. They was real close.
That's cool. So obviously what was that? What about the money? What about the money from the music he released? From you know, because he has fans that are worldwide. He has support that's worldwide. I'm sure his music must have sold a lot. Where is that?
I don't know where it is. I never seen a penny of any money from anything. That,
have you ever like asked or hired a legal team or anything like that to see?
When Leonard first passed away, I asked somebody like, well, do you think I should get a lawyer or do you think I should do this? Everybody was telling me, well, no, you don't have to do that because he wasn't signed to no label, so it's really nothing for you to collect and this and that. But then as time go on and go past, I'm hearing so many different stories about.
Wait, they told you there was no money for you?
They told me that he wasn't signed to a label, so where would any money come from? You know, I didn't know that you get money off of YouTube, or I didn't know nothing about the iTunes. I didn't know nothing about none of that stuff. And then nobody tried to tell me or try to help me. I just started investigating on my own after people start talking about it. But I've never seen anything. Everything I have is mine, what I came up with on my own. I haven't seen no money from nothing that had to do with L.A. Capone music, period.
Okay. Is there any unreleased music that you have that we haven't heard, or that stuff like that?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't even think I ever wanna release anything else ever. If I do or if I don't have any, music, because it just been too much BS with the music. This made me don't even like the music industry. It's too cutthroat and everybody is out for themselves and trying to get what they can from, it's bad. It's terrible.
Yeah. I think that would really shake the internet up though. Like the fans would really go
they would go
berserk. I mean, I can imagine the numbers just being astronomical.
That's just like, the one song that I put on iTunes, Work, because it had never been, that was like, and it did good on iTunes, but all the rest, anything that's on iTunes that people paying for, I'm not getting any of the money off of it. So if that's what people thinking, they thinking wrong. I have not got anything off of any music.
Okay, so you really don't have a relationship with too much of the guys except for Tay. And you said you do talk to Breezy a little bit, Just Blow, all them.
Yeah, Boo could call me from time to time, and check on me or whatever, but I don't really.
What about Young Famous? Because I know that that was where he recorded his last. But that wasn't the studio he was killed at. That was
no.
Because from what I heard, he was at that studio. He was supposed to go back to that studio the next day. But then
actually
decided to go to another studio.
The studio where he got killed at, I don't know what was going on at that studio, but he went there with my brother. My brother turned him on to that studio. And then the guy, whoever owned it, he told my brother that he didn't want LA coming there. He didn't want him coming there while there was other people in there recording. He wanted him to only come there to record when he alone.
May I ask what?
That's what I don't know why.
Oh.
But my brother said that LA had been calling the guy trying to get an appointment at the studio. He hadn't been answering for weeks. Then all of a sudden this day you decide you want to let him come to the studio and record, and there's somebody else in there, like.
And then this happened.
Yeah, exactly.
So for weeks he didn't pick up.
No.
Then he picked up.
Yeah.
And then this night that happened.
Yeah. Yep.
And they were never able to like connect this guy to that or anything like that.
No, they just he just.
But I mean, I'm sure that's had to have crossed your mind.
Of course it did. Of course it did.
So is it ever weird that that's the last song he recorded, like, Brothers? Yeah.
And when I first heard it, I just.
What did it make you feel? I really want to know. What did it make you feel?
It's just like when it first came on and the first words that he said, it just made me just bust out crying. Like I just like, oh my God, he's singing this, and this is him. Is this is him. It shook me to the core. Like it made me cry like really bad. I wailed, and I don't hardly cry.
He recorded at Young Famous's studio, and then I heard that he had told Young Famous put Dirk or send it to Dirk.
Right.
So how did Rondo get on it? I think
because after he passed away, I asked them to finish it because it wasn't it was just only his part.
Okay.
So I reached out. I asked Rondo to finish it. I wanted like a couple of them to finish it, not just Dirk and Rondo. I wanted it to be like a.
Yeah, that would have been nice if like Tay,
I want
everybody, like
that's
600 type thing.
I wanted it to be like bigger.
That would have been so dope.
Yeah, that's what I
brothers, everybody. That would have been really cool.
That's the thought that I had in my mind about it. But Rondo, it was just end up only being him and Dirk. But that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be bigger, like self-destruction, like one of them type of tribute kind of songs. I thought that would have been cool.
That would have been really cool.
But it just ended up being them. It still turned out nice, but it would have been.
I saw the video in the live of you guys jamming it. I like the song. I really like the song.
Yeah.
I really like, listening to it when I'm around the guys that I consider, my brothers. Yeah. We like to listen to it. Mm-hmm. So, Chief De Niro and L'A Capone were actually cousins, real blood cousins.
Yeah, they cousins.
Yeah, and Chief De Niro's
in jail,
locked up right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They all, he used to go and get Leonard a lot and get him from school early.
He was a little
older. Yeah, he was a little older, so he was able to call me and ask me, is it okay to get him an early release to go to the studio or wherever, and do whatever stuff they had to do. So I used to let him do that sometime.
Oh, okay. And they had been close they had been close.
Yeah.
Since very, very young.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When those songs came out and the numbers started to grow and you saw, the millions of views and stuff and all that, had labels already started calling LA and trying to sign him and stuff?
Yeah.
Like the big labels?
He was telling me that, he kept telling me that he didn't want to talk about it. He was like, I don't want to talk about it because when you talk about stuff, some always mess it up.
Yeah.
And look what happened. Like, it's the truth. Like, he didn't want to talk about what labels was looking at him or what people he was talking to in his DMs on his, on his social media or whatever. Cause he just told me like, Ma, I'm on World Star. And I was like, what is World Star? I didn't know what was World Star. I'm like, what's that? Like, okay, what is that? He was like, that mean I'm like next up. And I was like, oh, okay. And he had told me he had a meeting. He was like, well, I got a meeting on the 26th in Atlanta. But on the 26th, he had court the same day, so he couldn't go to Atlanta because he had to go to court. And then he died on the 26th. Yeah. So it's like it never happened.
I know you say that, like, you know, his father, like, you know, the reason why he came back to Chicago was his father had passed away. But do you ever sometimes now wish he could have just stayed in Atlanta?
I do. Yeah. I think about all the what ifs and all of that stuff all the time. That'll kill you if you keep on thinking about that and what I should have did and what I could have did, and it's like it's too late now. I can't change it because I had a hard time struggling with myself and blaming me for what happened because I had a car and my car had just got took. Had a boot on it, and they came and got it, so I hadn't had a chance to go get my car, and I was fighting with myself for a long time because I kept thinking he could have called me and I could have came down there and picked him up. It was he got shot like 5 blocks away from me, from my house. He actually could have walked home. You know, JB told me they walked to the store and then they walked back to the studio. That's how long it was taking for their ride to come to pick them up. He could have walked home. But he didn't. So I just started feeling like maybe everything happened for a reason. That's what was supposed to happen. What happened is what was supposed to happen. I thought about it a million times. I thought about what if I had my car and I was coming up the alley to pick him up and I saw him get shot. That probably would have killed me to see that, you know. So I just
You said in the Zach interview that you cut his dreads, that you would went in and cut his dreads.
Yeah, I only took one. Yeah, just so I can have his DNA.
Okay.
You know.
And you said the one person that tried, you knew
I knew she was lying.
She was lying. And nobody else has tried since.
Nobody else
has tried since then. So I mean, do fans still reach out to you daily?
Every day. I have so many things in my DM. Sometimes I don't even want to go on Instagram because when I look on there, every day I see something that's L.A. Capone. Every single solitary day. Every day.
You do, for sure. So, let me ask you, the interview that Zach did with Rondo and L.A., how you talked about that on the interview with Zach TV, and you said you watched it a bunch of times after he passed, but at first you didn't like it.
I still didn't like it, but I just watched it because I could, just so I can hear his voice and see him talking or whatever. But I still don't like it right now today, and it's probably one of Zach's all-time greatest interview.
That's the biggest one. What don't you like about it?
I didn't like all the cursing and the rolling up the weed, and I just didn't like it. I just thought he looked real stupid in the video.
Did you know, like, all this behind the scenes stuff that Zach said about, it was shot in the ops neighborhood and all that kind of stuff?
I thought that it was shot behind JB house where JB lived at, but I didn't know. I just assumed that because I seen JB in the video as well, and but I forgot the other boy name. Spoon. I saw both of them, so I thought it was behind JB house. I didn't know where it was shot at.
Zach was telling on an interview that those guys were the security, and they were in the ops neighborhood because that's where LA's grandmother lived.
They wasn't at his grandmama. My grandma lived around the corner from
me. I believe that's what he said. I believe he said they were.
Now, you know what? I think it was JB grandmama. That's probably what he meant. He probably meant JB's grandma.
Okay. Yeah. So let me ask you some. How Chicago? You said you were born and raised there. When you were born, was it this bad? It wasn't this bad.
Oh, it was bad when I was a teenager too. A lot of my friends was killed in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. It was just like it is now. Yeah. If it wasn't worse. Yeah. It was terrible. People was dying every day. Like so many people that I knew when I was young, they not here no more.
Yeah. And why do you think it got so much worse? than it used to be now. Because
you know, at first it was bad, and then it kind of calmed down.
Yeah,
you know, it got okay. I think it come from them tearing down the projects and people having to be scattered out all different places all over the city. I think that's what it came from.
Okay.
People being put in all these different neighborhoods. Just say like, I live in my neighborhood and I'm hustling in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then where I live at, they tear my neighborhood down. So now I gotta try to go live somewhere else.
Yeah.
And now I'm trying to hustle in this neighborhood. And these people whose neighborhood it is, they ain't going for that. Like, oh no, you ain't finna do that over here.
Yeah.
So that's where, you know, all the violence come in at.
And on your Zach TV interview, you were talking about like, well, actually, before we talk about that, what do you think? What do you think that Chicago needs to like? What programs or what do you think Chicago needs to make it better? How can the government? How can the people? How can we make it better?
I don't even know where to start at with that question. I don't know. I think people need to. I think people are tired of what's going on in Chicago, but it's like, don't nobody really want to step up and be like, well, let's squash this, or let's call a truce, or let's stop this, because then they gonna look like they're a pussy or something.
That's what Zach said. Social media.
I really think that. I think if people have enough nerve to step up and say, well, I'm tired of this happening, let's just cut the beef out and let's get money together. Yeah. Let's all come together. I think if all the Chicago rappers, they hot right now. Chicago is hot right now.
Yeah.
And if they all come together, I think that they could be something great. Like, they could be a force, like, for real. I really believe that in my heart. But I don't see it happening anytime soon, because everybody wanna be a killer. Everybody wanna be a savage. Everybody wanna be this. Don't nobody wanna just say, we tired. I'm tired. Let's just stop it.
Yeah, let's just stop. And let's just get this money, and let's just get this.
Exactly.
I don't understand how you don't get tired of it. How you don't get tired of watching your back, but
and
see,
you
know how
your boys falling and dying, and you know, seeing they kids growing up without their daddies, or this mother growing up without. I mean, this mother being left with a hole in her heart because she missing her child forever. And, you know, I don't get it.
Yeah. So, I know we talked about you not wanting to talk about beef and all that, but like when you saw your daughter put out that video on live, what did you say? I mean, what did you say to her?
You know, like, when I see the videos, or sometimes I just skim through stuff. If I know that they got something like that going on, I'll just a quick look to see, you know, what's going on or whatever, and be like, man, but y'all please stop doing that. Like, y'all ain't doing nothing but giving Instagram and Twitter a show.
So you speak to her and just say, you know, please stop. It's not worth it.
Y'all giving Instagram, Twitter, Facebook a show. That's all y'all doing, is giving them some entertainment. Yeah.
So, you know, Zach had mentioned that he feels like social media has messed up Chicago so bad.
Yeah, me too.
Almost more than crack in the 80s.
Me too. I feel the exact same way.
And he said it was the ego tripping, like, you know, the embarrassment of, like, I can't take a L, or I can't take
that's
this,
what
that's
what I just said.
And I can't take that. Now, we talk about violence, talk about tweet. Did you ever see, and I hate to bring this up in this interview, but it just shocked me so bad. Did you see the interview of C-Day saying, like, killing someone feels like sex or something like that?
I saw that on a YouTube something, like, you know how they had them look.
The rap catch-up thing?
Yeah, I think I seen it on one of those, and I was shocked when I saw that. Wow. I couldn't believe it. I just recently saw that. Yeah. For the first time, maybe like a week ago. Yeah. I don't look at rap catch up. I don't look at College Kid. Yeah. I don't look at none of that stuff. I don't hardly look at Zach TV. Yeah. I don't look at none of those interviews or nothing, because it don't really be about nothing but beef.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
That's why we don't want our channel to be about beef. We have the beef, the certain people like
it's entertainment.
But we talk about his music as well. We asked questions about his music, and with Zach, we talked about the beef, but I also talked about like how you get in it, how you get in that, because I want the kids who are younger to know like, hey, this is how you can get into it, this is how you could do it, and stuff like that. And you know what, they could say whatever they want. To me, color doesn't make you a culture vulture. Being a different color and loving hip hop doesn't make you a culture vulture. And here at All for the Culture, we're not gonna sit here and just ask about beef. And that's what I've noticed is if you look at every channel, every rapper, and I looked this up. You look at the FBG Duck interview. You look at and I don't mean anything. I look up to Vlad's success. I want Vlad's success, and I want to be like Vlad's channel. I look up. But they never asked FBG Duck about his music. They never asked E-Day a question about his music. They never asked Tay a question about his music. They never asked Breezy a question about his music.
Yeah, because they just want to know about what's the beef. And when you keep talking about it, they ain't doing nothing but keeping the flame going. Like, extinguish it. Let that shit die out.
Yeah.
Let it die out.
Yeah. And Let's talk about LA Day. So this is something you do every single year.
Yeah.
And what do you what does it consist of? What do you guys do?
Party. Nice party.
Just celebrate, just dance, laugh, have a good time. Do what he would want to do. Because I heard you talk about like someone saying, "Oh, you should be mourning and this, that, and the third."
Right. Why would I want to be just sitting around sad and crying on his birthday? He don't want me to do that. I'm trying to keep his legacy alive and do what I think he probably would have been doing. He probably would have been smoking weed or something, but I don't smoke weed, so I
don't understand why you would be sad. That was the day. That's a joyous day for you. That's the day he was born.
That's what I'm saying. See, I don't celebrate the day he died. I don't celebrate that. I don't do nothing on that day. I'll celebrate his birthday, the day when he was born. That was like one of the happiest days of my life. I had a son.
Exactly. That's how I felt. I felt like it's not the day he died, it's the day he was born. So that's something joyous. That's something good.
Yes.
Okay. So this year, I talked to Momma Capone, and she said All for the Culture is going to be, as long as I'm not in the hospital, we're going to be there. We're going to be sponsoring it. We're going to be doing all that. And
do some big things this time.
Yeah. And I appreciate you coming to Houston today. Hopefully we could do some more of the interview tomorrow. And we're going to have the rest of the good night. We're going to party. We're going to maybe drink a little bit, eat some food, hang out, have a good time.
Get us, eat some of the ribs. Shout out to Tiffany.
Shout out to Tiffany for the ribs.
Tiffany New Money for the ribs.
Yes. What's her Instagram? Is it Tiffany Money 22?
I think it's Tiffany New Money. Let me see.
Let's give her a shout out for giving us the ribs, for bringing us the ribs.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Let's see.
Gucci?
Keep recording.
Oh, because I was just about to interrupt y'all because both of you batteries about to die. So I was like, let me record.
Yeah. But is it working right now, right?
Yeah, it's on right now. Yeah. They're both about to die.
Yeah, we just want to shout out. We just want to shout out her Instagram, Tiffany.
Yeah, shout out to Tiffany New Money for coming through with the slabs of ribs.
Yep, shout out Tiffany New Money. Go follow her. She got the ribs on deck in Houston from Third Ward. Thank you. Check us out at www.all4theculture.com to get the shirt that Momma Capone is wearing right now. The shirts that you see on the table, we got them in white, we got them in black. The online store is working now. They're on sale for $10. Come on, y'all, man, support the movement. And then follow me on Instagram at All for the Culture Show. And follow my personal Instagram and my Snapchat and my Twitter at Hip Hop Handicap. And y'all can follow Momma Capone at Momma Capone on Instagram.
That's it.
So, I wanted to ask you. We kind of talked about this off camera. The title, "Separate Myself."
Mm-hmm.
What do you think he meant by that? What do you think? Do you think he wanted to be out of 600? Do you think he wanted to kind of move away from them? Like, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know what it meant, but I know that it meant something.
Yeah.
I know. I have a strong feeling about that. That I don't know if it meant he wanted to leave 600, but I know it meant separate itself from something. But I just
maybe
don't know what.
Violence, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know
life.
what. Maybe I don't know. I can't say. I don't know.
But you know it meant something.
Yeah. I believe it meant. Yeah. I think
when you think about it, it's like it's a title that when you think about it, it has to mean something deeper.
Yes,
it has to.
Definitely.
You know? Yeah. So, the line that he said in that song, "If you can't bread, he fake. I had one more book on my plate. It was me and bro. We was in the store, and both of us got 50-cent cakes."
Yeah.
That line is probably his most popular line, right?
I think so. One of the most famous.
Why do you think it was so popular? What do you think made everyone so into it or love it so much?
Because it's real.
It's real.
Yeah. It's genuine. That means like I'm loving my friend and he ain't got it. I got it.
Yeah.
And I'ma share it.
Yeah.
That's what I think, and it inspired me to make 50-cent cakes at my place.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
That's where it came from.
Were you making 50-cent cakes before, and that's where you used to buy them?
No,
okay.
That inspired me to make 50-cent cakes.
Okay. You know, they always say I talk too much on this podcast, but I don't give a shit. That line touched me so much because back when I was in high school, my homeboy, like, if I would forget my money that day for lunch, and he had $4 on him, he'd give me two. And he would keep two, just because he knew I was on dialysis and I had to have something in my stomach. And then that way, if he ever forgot, he knew he would have something to eat. Yeah. So in that line really did.
It's real. It's real.
It's real.
Yeah, it's
really
real. Yeah.
So you said in the Yacthy interview, and I'll be honest, you know how you said people thought, oh, that's ratchet. I didn't think it was ratchet. I just thought it was funny that your favorite line was, the shorty was. Can you repeat it? 'Cause I don't remember. I don't remember it exactly, but it's.
You know what it say.
I really don't remember the exact. Shorty, what's up? So.
No, it say I'm looking down and she looking up.
Okay.
But I did not fuck. But I got a nut.
Okay.
And shorty, what's up?
So,
I don't know.
What made you like that?
I don't know. It just was like catchy, and I just thought he was funny for saying that. Like, this boy is a fool. Like, where did he get this stuff from? How did he even pull it out the sky? Like, it was just amazing. It was amazing to me with the wordplay.
Yeah.
That how much sense he had.
Do you have a favorite song? Like a favorite song?
No.
Or one that makes you feel the happiest? Is there one that makes you feel the saddest?
Yeah, I don't really. Brothers make me feel sad. I hardly ever listen to it.
Oh really? Okay.
I don't hardly ever listen to Brothers.
Which one's the one you probably listen to the most?
I'll say Play for Keeps. Probably Play for Keeps.
Okay. What was I heard that Chief Keef. Well, I mean, in the interview you said that him and Chief Keef did, like, you know, kind of know each other, and you know, what was their relationship? And I heard, and I read online somewhere that he was trying to recruit Leonard into Glow Gang.
I don't know nothing about that. I never heard that.
He never told you about
it's
that?
so much stuff, so many.
So he just kept kind of a lot of that stuff.
Yes,
like,
it was like he just really didn't want to talk about it until he made it. He didn't want to talk about what might happen or what, you know, he just wanted.
That's so crazy. That takes so much. That's so crazy because I can't do that. That's hard to do.
You can't hold it back. Stuff in.
Like something happened. Like we're not. When I was about to have this interview with you, I came home. I told my mom. I was like, Mom, we might have this interview. Man, it's gonna do numbers. Oh, it's gonna be big. Oh, you know, she's got so much to talk about. Her son was one of the, like, I'd be telling her, like,
you was excited about it. He was excited, but he was scared.
As soon as you walked in, my grandma knew. As soon as I told her, I said, don't you remember I told you the story and stuff? She knew exactly who you were.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but let's talk about so did the guys that, like, after Leonard passed, or people were saying R.I.P. like Little Reese and Dirk and stuff like that. Was their relationship only after he started doing music, or did he know these guys before music?
No, I don't know with Dirk. I mean, I knew he was hanging with Dirk a little bit before he passed away or whatever, and he was actually at the hospital.
Yeah.
When when Leonard died, they all came.
Yeah, I heard Dirk had picked up Tay.
Yeah, they all came. They were all there. No, but they were actually there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were there from the beginning.
Yeah.
Dirk, Tay, Gotti, and Mina, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were there from the very beginning.
So, did he ever know Fredo?
I don't know. No. I don't know none of those boys.
No, you don't know none of the boys.
I don't know none of them.
Okay. And then you probably won't know the answer to this question. But I had read online that Little Yachty said he knew L.A. Capone.
Well, you know, they went to middle school together. Leonard lived in Georgia, so you know they. Okay. And the boy they was posting on the picture, that's Leonard's brother. They all lived in the same house together, and everybody was asking me like, "Is that L.A. real brother?" Yeah, that's his real brother. They got the same father.
Who?
He was on the picture with whatever his name.
Oh, Lil
Yachty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they all went to,
they all went to school together. They went to school together.
So so he knew. Okay, yeah. So what's this? What was the memorabilia wall that you worked on or you're working on in your house?
Oh yeah.
If you don't mind talking about that.
We can talk about it. It's just something that I had been wanting to do for probably like the last year, but I just hadn't got enough nerve or courage to do it, because it consisted of me going in his room and getting stuff out of his closet, which I hadn't changed anything since he left. Everything was still the same. And I wanted to frame some stuff so I can have it forever. Certain stuff that I know that was like some of his biggest videos, you know, stuff. So I just wanted to put it in a frame and pay my own personal homage to my son and have a hallway in my house, because that's why he had the hallway. I mean, he always, every picture he took, he wanted to take it in the hallway. So I made sure I put everything in the hallway.
Didn't some person say like you should charge people to come?
Yeah, I think that was like, who does that? It's not a museum, it's my house. Why would I do that?
Oh my God. We can cut this out if you want. I don't know if you want to talk about this, but I know you told me this one time earlier. But you had said like some of his friends had come in and taken some of his clothes from his closet.
No, like a few of his items came up missing. I don't know who took them. Somebody took like the bandana, that little Belize bandana from the Samora video. Somebody stole that.
Does he have roots from Belize?
No. He just lied and told people he was Haitian, half Haitian, but we black. We not Haitian. We not none of that. We black.
Okay.
But Gotti got the shirt from the 600 video.
Yeah. That one that I want. Yeah, I'm trying to look at the fan question.
Let me see what else was missing. I think really that's it. Just that shirt. That's all that I know. Yeah.
I want that. That's the shirt I saw. So that color combination.
Yeah, I remember I bought him the shirt. It was a what was it called? Some Blast. I forgot, but I remember buying the shirt. It was just a plain t-shirt. I just liked the color. I thought it would look nice on him. And then he went and got the Team 600 logo put on.
See, that's what I was going to ask you. They had those shirts made, and I was going to ask you, like,
but you know,
are they like, because so like when we order the All for the Culture t-shirts, right? We order by the bulk 50 t-shirts. So when they do that, I always wonder, like, did they split the investment and then
no, it was
together?
They
how did that work?
It started off, they was getting them made at this little t-shirt place.
Yeah.
But you had to have like a password or something. I remember Leonard getting the password to be able to get the logo. Anybody couldn't go in there and get that logo on their shirt. You had to have the password.
Okay.
But then later on, I guess when they got a little bit more popular, they started selling them in a store. Exclusive, I think that's the name of the store, where you could go in Exclusive and get them. I don't know if they still sell Team 600 shirts, but yeah, they had them inside the store
with the same logo. And everything.
Right. Anybody could buy it.
Yeah, we orders our, I mean, we order by the bulk and then just like, give away and sell. We give away to people that come and then we sell. And I always wondered, like, you see them in the video, I'm like, are they splitting the investment? Who's buying this? Like,
I think that was like Eat A brand. The Team 600 logo shirt, that was Eat A brand. So
his name must
that
have
was
been on
Eat
the
A
paperwork
stuff.
and all this stuff like that. So did he have actual paperwork on LA?
I don't know.
Signed? You don't know?
I don't know. That's not something that I don't know, but it's something that I should have knew because Leonard was a minor.
Yeah.
So that was something that should have been discussed with me, but it never was. So I don't know.
Cause I mean, I've heard him say he was signed. He was signed. He was signed. So I always wonder.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you. We talked about. You said that you had not seen any money after he passed from the iTunes, but before he passed, was he generating a lot of music, a lot of money off of his music, or had it not reached that level?
It hadn't reached really that level, but he was getting features. I do remember he was getting features, and they was sending the money in my name because he didn't have a state ID.
Okay.
So I had to go and get the money for him and then give it to him.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask you a personal question with the drill music. Do you think that the drill music is hurting the youth? Because I know I've heard you say in other interviews you're not a big fan of it.
Right. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
do you
not.
think it's hurting the youth?
I think it's kind of yeah. I do. I think it make them. It's showing them or making them think that it's cool to do certain things that's not cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think there's some fan questions, and one person was asking. I was wondering, could you ask her, is Chicago the hospital system to blame for LA's passing? Because I heard he could have went to a closer hospital, but since he had just turned 17, he couldn't go to that hospital. I was wondering if that's true or not.
It's kind of true because they didn't have a trauma center at that hospital.
Okay.
But they had a children's hospital.
Okay.
But I don't even know if it's a trauma center.
What does it matter though?
Right.
To me, what does it matter?
It's like
saving life.
Yes, it's like two hospitals together. They got the children's part and the regular part. And they didn't have trauma, so that's why they didn't take him there. They took him to Northwestern, and it was like further north, like past downtown.
Wow.
And he just lost too much blood. I think if he would have went to that hospital or if he would have went to another hospital, it wouldn't have made a difference because the injuries.
Okay.
So.
You know what it is, right? They purposely, hospitals, the good hospitals are never near the hoods.
Yeah, I know.
And so if let me like in the area like this and like the area that I grew up in, I grew up in a house I grew up and I live in a house kind of like this house right now that we're doing this location and we call the ambulance whenever I get hurt and they take me directly. They won't take me to the hospital that I usually go to in downtown that's farther away because they take it 5 minutes away. So to me, I think that it's purposely done that way so that you have to travel farther.
Yeah, and it's a better chance you're gonna die because it take you too long to get to where you need to be.
It's part of the systematical racism, and people don't realize it. People really don't realize it, that's the way the hospital system works. I used to see African American women that would take 6-hour bus drives just to get to the hospital that they needed to get to do the dialysis.
Wow.
And then 6 hours back.
That's terrible.
After doing dialysis. It's crazy. So the night that Leonard passed, can you talk about, I know that's a little tough, but if you don't mind talking about how you got the call, how you felt when you got the call and everything that transpired after.
Well, I didn't really feel like when I got the call, I just felt like I was a little worried, but I wasn't a lot worried. And somebody came to pick me up. And when they came to pick me up, we rode past, and I can see the crime scene.
Yeah. Okay.
I was able to look back and see the crime scene, and I could see a whole lot of police back there.
Okay.
And that got me worried. It made me worry.
Okay.
You know, at first I wasn't worried. That worried me, and I felt like, wow, I need to hurry up and get there. But then when I got there, he was in surgery already.
Okay.
And I remember leaving, and I went to the store and played the lottery, and you know, just regular. I was leaving out, going to the store, and Dirk and Tatum was coming in, and they went up, and I went to the store and did whatever I needed to do and come back, and he was still in surgery when I came back, and I never, you know.
Yeah.
But I was just feeling very uneasy and nervous. I felt real nervous, but my niece, she wanted something sweet. She wanted a cake pop or something. I remember taking her downstairs in the hospital to get a cake pop.
Yeah.
And before I can get back up there, they came out and said that he had passed away.
Yeah.
So I think it happened like that for a reason, because I probably wasn't able to take that or handle that, you know.
Yeah.
For them to tell that to me. So when I got up there, everybody was just going crazy and ballistic, and I couldn't like process it. So I left. I left. Everybody was up there, and I left, and I went downstairs, and I just went downstairs by myself because it was just too much going on. It was like chaos.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be around it, so I left, and I went downstairs and stayed downstairs for like an hour and 30 minutes, and then when I came back up, they had told me that I had to tell everybody that they had to leave because they wouldn't let me see him.
Yeah.
So
I heard that.
I told everybody they had to go.
Yeah.
And they let me see him or whatever, and I just felt like it was unreal. He just looked like a baby to me. Like he was wrapped up real tight like a baby from the neck down, and they said I couldn't touch him.
Yeah.
That was like terrible. How you can't touch your child.
Yeah. Like,
you know?
Like, who are you to tell me?
But they said he was evidence. And I couldn't touch him. I only can touch from the neck up. And that was like devastating to me. You know? So it was just crazy. It's a day that I won't, something that I would never ever forget. I would never imagine it.
Yeah.
Outliving my son. I would have never imagined him dying or being killed. That was like the furthest thing from my mind. I would have never thought that would happen to him.
Yeah.
And it's still unbelievable, like right now.
Did you ever fear that, you know, his friends like Tay or people like that, they're like retaliation, and did you tell them like, you know, there's no need to retaliate, there's no need to find out who did it or go do something about it or anything like that?
You know what, it's so crazy that social media is just so crazy and jacked up. People knew who did it when they did it, because they was boasting about it. You know, they was right online talking about it the same night.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like it wasn't a secret.
I did not know that. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes. So it wasn't a secret.
Oh, okay. One fan asked, did you ever want to leave Chicago after Leonard passed?
No. It's hard for me to even move from where I live at, let alone leave Chicago. I'm keep saying I'm gonna move, but I still have not got up enough nerve to leave my house because I feel like if I leave my house, I'm gonna leave him there. Like I'm gonna leave him there. That's the last place his last place where he lived, you know. So it's hard for me to move.
Sure, I can understand what you're saying. I don't know why somebody wanted to know this, but they said, ask her when she founded Momma Capone's Chicken Restaurant. I know you said the
when
question.
it came out. When did I open it? 2015.
2015. Okay. One question. One fan wanted to know, which I kind of already asked you about. Did Deli ever tell you about artists like Bruno Mars reaching out to him and what his musical influences were. And I know you said Master P. Were there any others? And did you know about the Bruno Mars thing?
He loved 50 Cent too.
Yeah.
Look, he had everything G Unit. Everything. If you talked about 50 Cent, he'd cry. He had so much G Unit stuff that made everything G Unit had. He had shoes, hoodies, pants, shirts, everything. He loved 50 Cent.
When he went down to Atlanta and then he came back up to Chicago, was he listening to different music and kind of got like made fun of, like, oh you listening to that down south? You listening to the down south bullshit?
I don't
like
remember
that.
what he was listening to when he came back. I just told you he was like, he dressed funny.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, but then
it was like a rock star look.
Yeah, he wore the chain,
the Jim
chains
Jones,
hooked to the pants.
I used to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, all that kind of tight jeans,
I could do that.
color jeans, Vans shoes.
Okay.
He wore all that type of stuff, and everybody used to be looking like, man, what he got on, you know?
Yeah.
But he wasn't never like a follower as far as a style. He was a trendsetter.
Okay. And so, one person wanted to know, I don't know why they want to know this. They said, did he act any different the way the day that he was murdered? How was he acting the day as?
You know what? The morning when he woke up, it's you know what? It's crazy that they asked that because he had court, so he didn't go to school. So I remember, I didn't have my car, so we had a ride. Gave him a ride to JB house.
Okay.
And we get to the corner of JB house, and we was just gonna let him out on the corner.
Okay.
And he was like, no, turn the corner and, pull up to the house, let us out in the house. And I remember my friend saying, man, what's up with you? Why you don't want to get out at the corner? Somebody after you or something? Somebody trying to do something to you or something? And he was like, no, man, just pull up, turn the corner and pull up and let me out. And that was just like so, like after when I thought about it later on, like, damn, that was so eerie for him to say, it's somebody after you or somebody trying to do something to you. And he said no, but then somebody did something to him the same day. Somebody killed him the same day. That was, he felt so bad behind that, like, man, I wish I wouldn't have never said that to him. I said, well, you saying that to him, that didn't get him killed. That's just, it was just something that was just a coincidence.
And so it could have, and just like you said, you didn't know L'A Capone, Leonard. So there could have been something going on that you didn't know about.
Exactly.
That you just didn't know
because
about.
I'm his mother. A boy not going to tell his mama what he's doing, going on in the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though I'm a cool mama or whatever.
You're just not going to say it.
But you still ain't going to tell your mama, mama, it's some guys after me or some guys on there. Who going to tell that to?
Why would you? That's going to keep your mom awake all night anyways, but why would you do that anyway? It just doesn't make any sense. Right now, where do you think he would be? What do you think he'd be doing? Do you think he'd be independent, having his own label, major label deal? You think? Did he have a rapper that he wanted to partner with, work with?
You know what? The morning of when we was talking, and we was talking about labels and all this kind of stuff, and he was talking about Grand Hustle, and that Grand Hustle was looking at him, and he told me, he like, but I don't want to go with Grand Hustle. I want Baby or Jay-Z or somebody to pick me up. And I was like, what's wrong with T.I.? I was like, dude, T.I. decent. And then you'll be back down south where you from, where you just left. And he was like, yeah, Mom, you right. And yeah, he
but look at what Baby, look at what all the news is coming out to happen with Baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
but
wow, that would have been dope.
Yeah.
Leonard on Grand Hustle.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been something.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to cut today, and I appreciate it, and we will see you again. Tomorrow we'll be finishing up part 2. I appreciate you coming down to Houston tonight. It's been a long day.
Yeah.